Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Jordan. Another example of the Two Clutch Sports Connect. Man, this has just been crazy, so I'm just gonna try to keep my thoughts as organized as possible on this one. Tim Pernetti, the head athletic director for Rutgers University, in conjunction with the president, with the school president and the other faculty, have decided to cut the loose ends in Mike Rice, the head men's basketball coach, after the alleged, not even alleged anymore because it's already out there and everybody and their mother has seen it. But after the videos and the revelations of the fact that, he was, verbally and physically abusing his players, throwing basketballs at them, calling homophobic and, other slurs and, just physically abusing them and just, not respecting them in any which way. And he finally let him go. Statements were released. I don't really have them with me, but I'm not really here to talk about the statements. I'm here to just talk about some just straight common sense, That's what I'm trying to do with this, just trying to bring some common sense out of common senseless. But anyway, my point of the matter is this. Yes, we understand that Mr. Rice was fired today because of his behavior. But there are some things that just don't add up in this situation. This is another sweep under the rug situation, dare I say, Penn State. But, where, people knew this was going on, yet they still tried to just cover it up for themselves. Just to, save their own skins. Where, Joe Pa was covering up for Sandusky, who was, molesting young children who are 7, 8 years old. Where, it's just how is that acceptable when you're scoring these young kids for life? You can't do that. It's just wrong. It's no. And this one, it might not be as serious. Probably not even in the whole realm. But it's just man, when you're talking about endangering somebody's child, when you're talking about, because I know, for one, I'm 17. If my parents found out that this was going on from if I was playing, high school, any sort of high school sport, my father, he might be old, but, he's still, pretty built from his football. He might have gotten some sort of police report filed against him for beating the hell out of somebody. And I know my mom would not have stood that either. She's from Chicago. She's tough. And, it's real hard to put up with her, so I guarantee you she would have brought all types of hell down on my high school. Even Shakespeare said, "Hell hath no fury than a woman scorned." So, that would be pretty tough. But look, you're endangering the safety of young kids, and not to mention, and I'm not even getting into the homophobic slurs, because a lot of this. Look, I'm from New Jersey, all right. A lot of this whole anti-bullying stuff was started here, and I think about 2010, 9, sometime around that, after the whole Tyler Clemente, rest in peace. After all of that situation with Tyler, where he jumped off of the bridge in New York. I forgot which bridge, either Brooklyn or the Hudson. I think it was the Hudson Bridge. But, he jumped off the bridge and committed suicide because he was bullied, because he was, gay. And he didn't want to, completely go out and admit that to anybody. He kept it a secret. And it just ate away at him when, he found out about that. And it's just after this, how could you even, you think Rutgers, the school of this state, or at least one of them, along with Princeton and, a few others, you would think that, they would keep a closer eye out to this, and this would be something that's a top priority, and, they wouldn't, leave no stone unturned if they heard about anything that was happening in this. But the former assistant coach, who went to them and was, told them about this, they didn't listen to him, and they just let it go. And it's just really? After all that you've been through with, bullying and whatnot, you think you'd pay a lot more attention to stuff like this. You should not have let this guy nearly this far. And then again, something like this, why would you think of it as a first offense? a first offense? Like, how is this a first offense in any stretch of the imagination? Like, this is not something that's just like, oh, this is an accident I'm doing again. No, like, this is just one of those habits where it's just repeated. And, the players don't speak onto it because, one, there's fear about getting kicked off the team. And a lot of these guys, this is their scholarships. This is their way to get out of, poor, urban areas where, education was, not really the strong suit, to avoid, stuff like, gangs and drug pushing and a lot of other stuff. So, this is their way out, and they're afraid of losing that, so they don't really speak up. And then there's others who just think, oh, it's just coach, so they don't really know what to go and say. They don't really go and say anything. But, that's just something that I didn't understand, not in the least bit. Also, why is Tom Pernetti keeping his job? Wasn't he the genius who decided to, decided to say, you know what, this is just a first offense, we'll just, have him rehabilitated? Like, really? A guy's putting his hands on, your students, endangering the safety and welfare, and it's just, that's all you're gonna do? Oh, it's just a first offense, rehabilitation? No, you fire him on the spot. It doesn't matter. You can't let that credibility, you put your credibility like that in jeopardy like that. What's wrong with you? Are you out of your damn mind? That's just, no. I can't, I'm having trouble trying to find the words for that. That's ridiculous. On top of that, why is Pernetti even keeping his job? Because, if he wasn't willing to just straight up go out and fire him, you would think there would be at least a little sort of suspicion on why wasn't he, more an advocate or, heavier in there on trying to get something done about this. You think that maybe he might have known about this earlier and decided to, just cover up his own skin? Is there something else behind this? We don't know about that. So that also leads to a couple of other questions that, are, there's more that are unanswered than that are answered. So it's crazy. But, also, I just think that, as a New Jerseyan who lives here, it's just like, this is more bad press about this that we really don't need. It really makes us look bad, and it makes me kind of feel like, upset. Just really upset. Like, how could you let something like this happen, just like right under your nose, and not give a damn? That's just pitiful. And I just hope that they do something to get their credibility back. I hope the athletic director's on the way out because, to do all of this and then come out and say rehabilitation was wrong and it was just my mistake and he should have been fired. It's just like, no, really? Come on, man. But anyway, I'm just driveling on, and you know what? I got other things to do. But what do you think? Do you think that, he could have been rehabilitated? Do you think he should on his way? Are you glad that he's on his way out? Do you think he should have been out sooner? Do you think he shouldn't have lost his job as all? I want to hear what you think. Follow me at 2 Clutch Sports. That's 2 capital C Clutch _ capital S Sports. I'm going to be around, doing what else I got to do. I got to pack, I got a trip going to Chicago, and, I really would like to take a shower and, get ready to, just unwind because, man, I'm tired. But I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.